Welcome back to Autocar Professional. This is Mukul Yudhveer Singh, and standing with me is Michele Del Mondo, who is Senior Director and Global Advisor for Automotive Practice at PTC. Michele, welcome to India. We're here at Automotive Executive Exchange, Delhi. Wanted to understand from you, the automotive industry, the entire ecosystem is going through electrification, softwareization, SDVs, sensorization, and then on the top is AI.
Yes.
How complex, according to you, is the engineering for automotive getting today?
Wow, that's a good question. So the problem is not isolated. So you could manage, let's say, EVs on its own, which is manageable. You could manage SDVs. You could manage even AI on its own. It's all manageable. But the problem here is it comes all together and simultaneously. And that makes the complexity. And this is what happens in the automotive industry. We are not talking about isolated combustion engines. So the boundaries, they are no longer there. So we are talking about a battery system with, let's say, a lot of software in it. So whenever a software change, it has an impact on the battery system. The battery system has an impact on the thermal system. That might have a performance issue with the AI generating, let's say, new algorithm for the thermal management. So this is how the complexity increases. So it's the simultaneously all coming together, and this is where the explosion happens in automotive complexity.
Interesting. You speak to a lot of global as well as Indian OEMs.
Yes.
Where do you think are these OEMs facing the biggest challenges when it comes to launching and sustaining profitable products, profitable designs?
Well, that's a good question. So when we talk about profitable innovation, I think that this is what you are asking. That's not the problem that the automotive does not have innovation. The problem is the process behind how do you get innovation at scale to an affordable price, right? So you go through and this is what automotive is established for years. So they want to make sure that they don't put money on a wrong innovation. So they have built a long process, complex process. But the problem is that this process also hinders good innovations. So nobody's saying, I kill an innovation or I don't do the innovation. It's just the process who kills it. So you don't find one person who says, I don't want to have that. But going through all the steps, feasibility studies, you go to manufacturing, can we produce that at scale? This is the problem. So the problem is from the idea coming to make it profitable at scale in manufacturing.
Thank you for using the term profitable innovation, in your answer. Wanted to understand, if you go back a decade only,
Yes.
it was only innovation that was talked about.
Yes.
But today, the term profitable has come and the new term has become profitable innovation.
Yes.
So how do you make sure from first day, when you're sitting with your partners, your tier ones, your tier twos, how do you make sure that the product that you're innovating is going to be profitable?
And that's the biggest problem, to be honest, because that's exactly what has changed. So before, let's say the whole economy was growing. Let me say it has enough money for innovation, but now with the pressure we have, so you shorten product life cycles, high competitive pressure on cost, that makes the decision for what to go in innovation much more harder. And therefore, we are not talking about innovation, we are talking about profitable innovation. And nobody can tell you, because you have to spend 5 years before money for something that is uncertain, that you don't know. Does it bring money or not? And this is not a tool issue or something. This is something that needs to be on a leadership level to say, I can stand here and I want to have this innovation and I can stand for 5 years and I push that through my organization. So this resilience in the organization, that's a huge problem to say, how do I define today something? How do I fight for that for this long time, for let's say 3 to 5 years, so that the innovation makes it to production and then being profitable. So it's a leadership problem.
Interesting. We've spoken a lot about modernization.
Yes.
Right. I wanted to highlight the fact that a lot of OEMs are still legacy OEMs.
Yes.
And they still use a lot of legacy practices.
Yes.
Now, as they build digital ecosystems, digital threads,
Yes.
as we were talking about today,
Yes.
should they let go of some legacy processes?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and you are right. Um, and that's the biggest challenge right now in this industry is if we especially talk about legacy OEMs, they take all these legacy with them. And the thing, they know that they have to change, but you have to change in parallel. You have to keep what you have and you have to completely change the other thing around, right? And that's a journey. It's not done just by saying it. It's the whole ecosystem that you have to change. You have to go to your supplier. You have to establish a platform program. It's not a product. So it's organizational change, it's supplier change, and even the whole processes you need to change. So it's all of them that you need to change, but in parallel, keep the business running. And that's the biggest challenge. How do I keep the business running and in parallel change the whole philosophy which has been established the last 100 years? That's the biggest topic.
Interesting. We know you have a flight to catch. So one last question for
Yes.
you. Electrification, software-driven cars,
Yes.
AI, then there's sensorization, a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think
Yes.
will define the next automotive champions of the world?
Okay. You pointed out 4 things, it's not one of them. It's the combination of them. Why? Because you need to know all of them and you need to own that as an OEM. So only if you know the closed loop. So let me give you an example. When you sell a car nowadays, that's done. But what you want to have in future is you want to know how your product is used. Every consumer interaction should make your product better, right? And not in the next decade, in the next update, right? Every usage, whenever you charge a car within your electrification, you want to know the charging behavior of your users, right? And feed it again back into your product to make the product better, and not in a decade with the next update. So companies who can close this loop and master all of these disciplines, this is the big game changer. It's not a singular thing that you have to optimize. You have to own the whole loop. And these are the companies who will lead in future.
Interesting. Thank you for speaking to us, Michele.
Thank you.
As you heard it from the horse's mouth, every customer interaction should be able to give you a better product, not in a decade, but before the next conversation starts. This is Mukul Yudhveer Singh signing off for Autocar Professional.